Hi guys. Um Hi. I was just gonna do a little thing on Mrs. Portland again. I'm not gonna spend much time on her. Maybe give her a little advice. I I don't quite understand her. I know she's got some disabilities. She talks about mostly being bipolar, as am I. But there's got to be something else there. Um, she has a habit of complaining about being threatened. Um, when I hear someone being threatened, I automatically think of being threatened with um, bodily harm. She doesn't like being threatened. She talks about being threatened about her channel, or now she's selling merchandise, and she takes that very seriously. And it's almost comical, and yet I kind of feel sorry for her. But let's just watch, and I'm going to give my opinion on her and maybe some advice to her that might help her out. And don't forget, Mrs. P, this, like I said before, when you keep threatening for somebody to, you're going to strike their channel, every time that somebody loses their channel, that's less drama that you're going to get. And all that drama, people love drama. And the less drama that comes your way, the less people are going to watch, which is less money for you. So let's watch.
Just want to come on here and make some announcements.
Stop.
First of all, to Joyce Bashaw, she made viable threats towards me over the weekend, and she also doxed my husband's true identity, which I really do not appreciate.
Okay, people, why do you have to dox each other? Don't do that. There's no reason for it.
And this lady, actually, well, she's not a lady. I think she's a POS. Anyway, she threatened me because of me putting out a new merch line with my Mrs. P name on things and putting up a merch store. So, Joyce, let me make it clear and bring this to your attention. I've been up since early this morning. I have been in contact with the Maine Social Security office, and I have filed a report with them and brought to their attention the threat you made against me on trying to get me to lose my disability. Yes. So I was on the phone with them for over an hour this morning. And I told them exactly what was what. And I got their email. I have forwarded the screenshot of all the threats that you've made towards me regarding all my state assistants. And then I also contacted my local police authorities and reported your viable threats to them. So now that is on file with my local police and my sheriff's department.
Oh, I bet they love that. I bet they love it when they hear her voice. But that's another thing. People shouldn't go after somebody's livelihood. I mean, people with disabilities depend on that. That's how they live. Stop trying to take their livelihood away. And if you're doing that behind the scenes too, Mrs. Portland, you shouldn't do that. But quit. Everybody quit trying to take away everybody's livelihood. I see it all over YouTube all the time. But I mean, but it's funny because she gets these threats and she calls Social Security, she calls the food stamp, she calls her caseworker, she calls the police, she calls her the what do you call that? Legal aid and everything. I mean, it's not that drastic.
So just know this. I don't take kindly to threats, and I am dealing with it as it comes. Also, I have been on the phone this morning with my state caseworker regarding your sister-in-law, and it is being looked into. It is being investigated, and if I find out who your sister-in-law is, she will be terminated from her job position because she's not allowed to dig into my personal history.
So she's doing the same thing that this woman's doing to her.
So
Tit for tat.
there that is. And
There's
she's
that.
also breaking the state of Oregon HIPAA law. So if you want to make trouble for me, just know this. My state caseworker now has your name, and this situation is being investigated and looked into. And if we can locate your sister-in-law, just know that she will be terminated from her job position. So there that is. I am not taking these threats laying down.
Obviously.
I am making several phone calls today, and I also just spoke to my local food stamp office.
See, she is. She's
And
on
I
top
have
of it.
spoken to them regarding my food stamps and my medical. So
I
they
should
have your name
speed
now
this
on
up.
file, and also have emailed them the same screenshot with all your threats. They told me not to worry about my food stamp situation and or my medical.
Okay, and they've told her this before. And she still, every time she gets a threat from somebody, she still calls them. And then she comes back on and says the same thing. They told me I don't have anything to worry about. But she just needs to stop worrying about it. All she knows, these people know it irritates her, so they keep on. But then again, there it is, the drama, and that's how she gets her views. And it's good for her because you can make a certain amount of money over your disability checks. I know this because I have to keep an eye out on it for me too.
So I am safe when it comes to my state assistance. But know this, you wench. I also, as of January, have private medical insurance. So if I lose my state medical, which I doubt I will, just know that I have private medical insurance now that covers the exact same assistance that I get with my state assistance. Plus, I get more on my private medical insurance than I do with my state.
Well, I wish I knew about it because I would
So,
do that.
you know what? I'm not going to take your threats lying down. But I've been on the phone since 8 o'clock this morning with my local police, my local sheriff, my local state caseworker, and my food stamp office, and Social Security.
And I'm sure they all went to lunch and they're all having a drink saying, oh my God, when is this going to stop?
Okay?
You're
And as
driving
for
them
my
crazy.
merch line, it's none of your goddamn business.
That's true.
And again, as for my husband and his personal private affairs, is also none of your business.
True again.
My husband works part-time only during the summer months.
Don't worry about it. It isn't
He
anybody's
does
business.
lawn mowing for friends in our area, and then he is helping a friend with a power washing company.
You don't even have to tell
But
anybody
again,
that.
he has also contacted disability. Because once a year, we do speak to them as to what the limits are of any extra income that we bring in without losing our benefits.
The reason I'm not speeding it up to the part that I want to talk about it is because I forgot what part it was at. But it is almost over because it is only 9 minutes.
So my husband has spoken to Social Security, and he knows what he's allowed to make without going over that limit line. So my husband will not lose his benefits either. But again, Joyce, keep your nosy Nate nose out of our personal affairs.
No, Nate knows.
And if I find out who you are,
Okay, she just said before she gave her name, the lady's name, to the sheriff, and they're going to find the sister-in-law. She doesn't even know who the real lady is. So the sheriff's going by a fake name.
Just know that I will make trouble for you. Because if I find you on YouTube, I will be reporting you.
Mm-hmm.
Because your threats are also against TOS.
Okay, remember what you just said.
And don't think I won't report you, because I will.
Mm-hmm.
Because as of now, you have got me extremely pissed off.
Okay.
And my husband.
Okay, better start
Because
watching
you have
it.
put your nose into something that is none of your business.
True.
So let me make this clear to everyone. Be watchful of Joyce Bouchard.
Who is she?
She's out making very serious threats towards me and several other people on YouTube.
Those aren't serious threats.
So Joyce, you better watch your ass.
Threat.
Because if you're going to threaten me, I will take you down.
Threat.
Okay? But just know this too. You don't scare me. If you're thinking that you're going to upset me, yes, you have me bothered. But again, I have gone through the correct connections and I have made all my phone calls. I have reported this situation to everybody in my state circle that I deal with in the way of my state assistants. So there that is. Okay? I have
There's
dealt with
that.
all my legal connections. But after I do this live or this video, I also will be getting in contact with my local legal aid representative, who I've been working with privately for the last couple of weeks, and he is putting together a case file for me. And I will be forwarding the same screenshots with all your threats to my local legal aid. So just know that your threats are being dealt with. You don't want to mess with me.
That's a threat.
You want to tangle with me? Bring it on.
Okay, that's a sort of a threat.
Because I will take you down.
That's another threat. Isn't that against TOS?
But again, you're not going to stop me from putting my merch line up.
Okay, enough of that. Okay, so here's a woman who is so bothered by these threats that she's telling the whatever her state is, the whole state about it, and she's so worried about it that she's making sure all her bases are covered. But at the end, she turns around and threatens them, and she's not getting it. You cannot say that you are telling on this woman, whoever the hell she is, if it's even a real name, she doesn't even know, that you are going to report her to YouTube and to the police and to Social Security for threats, and then turn around in the next sentence and threaten them. What aren't you getting? You know, I mean, and every video that she makes is her complaining about her merchandise. She says she's gonna have this merchandise, and then she goes back to talking about Natasha, like, haha, I have this and it's gonna be better than anything you ever did. Okay, don't say all that shit, because what happens if you fail? Then you're gonna look like an idiot. Okay? And good for you. You got your store up and running, but don't come out bragging about it and making yourself look better than everybody, because, like, humble yourself a little bit. Good for you. You got a store. I hope you succeed. I hope everything's okay. Just like someone else I react to, don't brag about it and put people down at the same time, because you never know what's going to happen in that store. And just remember that it's like the first, definitely the first year, but I think it's even longer than that, is always the hardest, and you don't always turn a profit. Now, I know the way you're going through CESO. Now, good luck with that. I've had problems with that payment thing. But, good luck. But, say what you want about your store, sell it. Good luck to you. Don't put people down about it and make people feel um, less than you while you're bragging about your store. And quit threatening people while you're complaining about them threatening you. That could cause you to lose your channel. Okay, that's all I wanted to say about her. I don't have anything on my favorite person to I hate this medicine because I just completely forget my words while I'm talking to react to. She has a habit of going live and then completely deleting it afterwards. But I do have somebody I've been watching, and I'm on the fence about this because she angers me, and then I feel sorry for her because I do know she has mental problems. She she needs help, but she's the type that will refuse help, and she won't take it. She doesn't think she needs it, and it's just not about her. It's about a tiny child growing inside her, and it's sad, and it's like, do I want to react to her? But I'm not going to come across being a bitch because she doesn't take lightly to that at all. But everybody's crazy but her. Um, it's always someone else's fault with this girl. It's a shame. I mean, she's out there, and I can't believe that so many people are seeing this, and she's still out there, possibly harming an unborn child. It's ridiculous. So I'm working on that, but I have to be very careful on how I do that. So watch out for that. And yeah. Okay. About my trip to the hospital Friday, I have yesterday I started the medicines like they wanted me to take from months ago, and had a terrible reaction to it. So I don't know. It was the lisinopril and the other blood pressure medication. Sorry, the one that makes you pee a lot. And oh my God, I thought I was going to lose it. So I'm waiting for the doctor to call because I am not going to go through another day like I had yesterday. Um, yes, it lowered my blood pressure, but that's not how I want to feel all day. It was terrible. So just updating you on from what happened Friday at the hospital. And I will be back tomorrow or maybe later. I don't know. Depends on how I feel. With hopefully something.